Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to 7.4.5 Hazard Shift and Fractured Guard along with Fighting Fit. This is going to be a path for all of your science champions, and it's going to start with a Miles Morales and end up with Symbiote Supreme. So bring all of your science champions in. You will need somebody who is Incinerate and Poison immune. If you do not want to bring in skill champions, so somebody like Anti-Venom, Red Hulk and Penny Parker will be some good options, but more easier is to bring in skill champions, and once the fight starts you just throw a heavy attack so you get Incinerate immunity because of rejecting Juggling Act, Cold Snap and Incinerate, and then you will get extra furies on you that will increase your damage by 70% to a max stack of 5 with Fighting Fit, and with 350% extra damage you'll be able to kill off the opponents very quick. Now the boss we're going to attempt is going to be Mr. Negative with playing favorites, Energy Adoption Fire, Special Burst Lockdown and Picture of Health. So more on him later in the video, but before we jump into the video guys, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel and turn on the post notifications. All of that really helps me out a lot and helps me grow the channel. Now I have opted for a suicide setup for this fight, for this path, because I have champions that are more suited to suicide, and I've done with 7.4.6. but if you want to go with a non-suicide setup, it's also there in front of you. These are the masteries I keep. You can change it up as you like. So let's jump on to the path guys. Now the first fight is going to be against a Miles Morales. I'm going to throw a heavy attack so I can change my immunity to Incinerate, and when he's in Incinerate mode, so I will go ahead and attack him because I know that immunity will protect me, and as soon as he goes into his poison mode I will just stay back. What I mean by poison mode is when I will attack him I will get poison debuff on me, or in Incinerate mode when I attack him I will get Incinerate on me. But because I have immunity because of Juggling Act, I can just attack him, and when it will fail to apply the Incinerate I will get that Fury on me. Right now I have 3 of them and I can mix stack them to a maximum of 5. So that's how you can fight. You can bring in any skill champion and you can use that for this, and you can easily bring down Miles Morales. I would say if you have a Kingpin, if you have a Mole Man, these are some of the best champions for this path. If you have an Aegon, he also works, but for the first 2 fights you will have to build him up. Once he has that improved tenacity, then he's also a really great option for this path. So any champion with a shrug off will work really well here. Next defender is going to be a Juggernaut. Now he is a bit annoying with all of his unstoppable, so you have to play a bit slow and you really have to watch the timer on the poison and the Incinerate phase. So I am just gonna slowly build up my Mole Man. I am trying not to activate my frenzy so I can keep shrugging off all the debuffs so I can get all of those furies. Once I have all of those furies I can activate my frenzy, and that will help me out. So once I have 5 furies I will activate frenzy, and I will only hit him during the Incinerate phase. So even if he tries to apply Incinerate on me I am immune because of the no Juggling Act, and then with all of those extra furies I should be able to kill him off very quick, and those huge SP2s. Mole Man is just a different beast with suicides, and his SP2 really hurts a lot. Next defender is going to be the Overseer. I am going to bring in Elsa Bloodstone. All I'm trying to do is to throw a heavy attack and convert my immunity to Incinerate. Now once I have that down I can go and start attacking him during the Incinerate phase, and I can get those furies. I already have 4 of those furies, but remember one thing: if you don't have a champion that can shrug off debuffs, those armor breaks will accumulate on you and you can use willpower to heal up. But remember that whenever they will hit you with all of those armor breaks, they're gonna hurt a lot even in your block. But the good part, all the champions I've used, so for example Mole Man, now Elsa Bloodstone, they all shrug off those debuffs. Same goes with your Kingpin. If you bring him with a Hood synergy, that is also the same thing. All these fractured armor breaks that you get, you can be easily removed. With Elsa Bloodstone, she can remove all of those easily because of her ability to remove those non-damaging debuffs. So also Overseer is an extra large champion, so Elsa Bloodstone does extra damage, so she is really great for this path. You can really run the whole path with the same champion, like for example Kingpin, Mole Man, or even Elsa Bloodstone or Aegon are some good options. You don't need to worry about bringing more champions. I'm showing you all the different champions that I have available, so you can also bring in other skill champions. So for example here I have Gwenpool. Now Gwenpool is really good on applying bleeds, and Red Skull has a lot of armor, so that would make a good fight. But remember that whenever I will try to parry, or whenever Red Skull would hit into my block, I will get an armor break on me. So you notice right now I have 4 armor breaks, so I have to land the parries right, otherwise the block damage is a lot. And then I am counting on the willpower heal to heal me up because of those permanent armor breaks. So it's a bit of a cat and mouse, but once you have those 5 furies, you should be able to do more damage, and the bleeds will cut through the armor for Red Skull. So yeah, try to use a champion that has bleeds, so you can easily try to kill Red Skull off with all of those. Please do not hit him in his block, because you will take damage return on yourself, and that will really hurt you and might kill you off as well. Next defender is going to be an invisible woman. I would highly suggest you to bring a champion that can apply bleeds easily, because she is susceptible to bleeds, so that will work really well. I'm going to use a Gwenpool again, and I'm going to keep an eye on the invisibility and her shields to help me out. I've used a heavy attack at the start of the fight that will help me convert my immunity to incinerate, and once I have that, I can just go in and attack invisible woman only in her phase of incinerate. So even if she tries to apply incinerate on me, I will be immune and I will get those furies. So just remember that both of her specials can be easily evaded. Your armor break debuffs that you have on yourself will help you heal up with willpower, so if you have willpower, that would be really helpful. Otherwise, you can use champions like Mole Man or Kingpin or Aegon that can just shrug off any debuffs on them, so that they will be a good choice here on this path as well. The final defender before the boss is going to be a Symbiote Supreme. Now with him, I would highly suggest you not to dex much, because that will give him power because of the stagger. He will nullify your dex buff on you, and that will create problems for you. So all I'm trying to do here is to stay close to him, and whenever there is a stagger I will stay away, and then I will go back in to attack him. So I am trying to get him to his second phase with his SP1. Now I can go back and attack. He gives you a lot of window of opportunity to hit him, because his power gain is not the fastest, it's quite slow. So you have to play around it. Make sure that you don't dex much, because the more buffs you have, the more he will feed off of you. So you just play a little slow, and you should be able to bring down Symbiote Supreme with any skill champion. But make sure if you throw a special, or when the fight starts, throw a heavy attack to change your immunity to incinerate, and you should be good to go. I really hate this boss, Mr. Negative, to face him, and then with all of these nodes, he's a nightmare for me. This is probably my worst boss in all of 7.4. So I've just brought in a Mole Man, and this will be a very sketchy fight. I might not give you the best options how to counter him or what to look out for, but I still get the solo because Mole Man is just such a beast. So you will need a champion that can easily shrug off debuffs, and because you're doing a skill path, there's quite a few different champions. So even if he throws an SP1 and he reverses your control, you should be able to shrug it off. I would highly suggest you to use your block and always push him to an SP2, because that is easier to evade as well, and also there's no reverse controls on it. SP1 can be a tad bit annoying, so just be wary about that. And then there is a node here that says playing favorites. If you look at the screen on the top left, there is a blue icon that tells you what kind of a basic attack you have to use that will do extra damage. So it can be a light attack, medium attack, or heavy attack, and that is changed whenever you or the opponent will use a special attack. So just keep an eye on that. Right now I think it's a heavy attack, so I will throw a heavy that will do extra damage. So if you keep an eye on that, you should be able to easily go through this fight. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the post notifications. All of that really helps me out a lot and helps me grow the channel. Apart from that, guys, I hope you all have an amazing day, and I'll see you next time.